Howdy, Waffle here. I'm gearing up for my 2024 through hike of the Appalachian Trail, and I wanted to take a few minutes and share some of the gear items that I'll be taking along with me. I'll call this the Big 3 Plus gear video with a subtitle of Out with the Old and In with the New. As you may be aware, if you've been following for a while, Hawkeye and I did a 1,325 mile hike. It was an aborted through hike attempt in 2019. So this is going to be our do-over year. So I'll be showing you some of the gear that I used in 2019 and what I've replaced some of those pieces with to save a little bit of weight this season. So first of all, let's talk about backpacks. I've got two packs that I can choose from here. The one that I started the trail with in 2019 is the Osprey Atmos 65 AG. And I absolutely love that pack. Probably I'll be hiking with that pack again this season. It's a little larger than this one. This is the Aether 55. I wound up purchasing that in Virginia in 2019 because I had lost so much weight that I couldn't cinch down the hip belt anymore on that one, so I needed a new piece of gear. This one, though smaller, actually weighs a little more than this one, and that's the reason I'm kind of leaning to this one, even though I do like the smaller pack, and I kind of like the straps here because I've got some things that I like to attach to those. But definitely be starting with this one, especially with lots of winter gear and extra bulky, heavy clothing. I may switch to this one in the summertime. We'll just sort of see how things go. The thing I love about both of these packs is the anti-gravity suspension. These are both much heavier than a typical through hiker's pack. I've over the years thought about, well, do I want to get a Z-Packs Arc Haul? Do I want to look at a Hyperlite? But the suspension on these packs makes it carry so much lighter than it actually is, and that's why I've stuck with my tried and true Osprey packs. Our whole family has Osprey packs, and we absolutely love those. So that's my pack for this season. In 2019, I hiked with the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2. It's a two-person tent. And I absolutely love this tent. When it ever goes south, I will most definitely replace it with its newer version. This is a completely freestanding tent, and that's one thing that I really enjoyed about this tent. It has some gear storage options. There's a little mesh piece right above where my head would lay in the tent that I could drop my glasses and my phone and my whatever. But it's also a little on the heavier side for backpacking tents. So I'm going to be replacing that this year. I finally drank the Kool-Aid. I've been on the fence for a lot of years on this, but I finally have purchased a Z-Packs Duplex two-person tent. And the weight of this tent and the 8 MSR groundhog stakes comes in exactly half of this. This is about 1.5 pounds. This is a little right at 3 pounds. With this, I'll need trekking poles, and I do have new poles this year. These are the Kumba Light anti-shock poles. Love these. Trekking poles are my absolutely favorite piece of gear. Multiple times a day, they save me from tripping and falling and face planting into the mud or the ice or the snow or the rocks or off a cliff or whatever. And I wouldn't consider hiking without poles. And I've been using these for a year and a half now. And absolutely, I love these poles. And that'll be my support system for my tent. For my sleep system, in 2019, I used the REI Igneo 25 bag. And it's a nice bag. I enjoyed it. It's a mummy bag, synthetic on the bottom, down on the top, which makes it a little bit bulkier in my pack. I was hoping to go for something a little bit lighter weight, and I've saved a few ounces this year. I did finally purchase the Enlightened Equipment Enigma 20 degree quilt. In 2019, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to try a quilt because I wasn't sure whether I would want my head exposed or not. But I've used this for over a year and a half now, and it has proven to be a really good, comfortable investment. It will attach to my pad. It's got a couple of places in the back where it will snap to, so that when I roll in the night, I'm a side sleeper, it goes with me and doesn't draft as much as I expected it to. So I think I finally got this thing figured out, and I look forward to using this on the Appalachian Trail this year. Paired with that, at least for the first while, we're doing an early start. I will be taking the Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme. The literature says this adds 25 degrees warmth to the bag. I'm not sure that I believe 25 degrees, but I have used this. I used it in 2019, and it does actually help a considerable amount to add warmth to your sleeping bag on those colder nights on trail. So this will be headed with me at least as we come through the south, and we'll send this home as the temperatures warm a bit. Also part of the sleep system, we'll go with this next. This is a new version of the same gear that I used in 2019. This is the Thermarest NeoAir X Therm. This is a long wide. I'm 6'1", 6'2", around 200 pounds to start this year, I hope, or 205. This is plenty large enough for me. I'm a side sleeper, so I do a lot of tossing, turning, so I needed the wider pad. And I sleep almost as well on this pad as I do in my bed at the house. It is honestly that comfortable. The other plus on this pad, it is almost the warmest pad on the market. The R value of this pad is 7.3. And for the longest time, I think it was the warmest pad. I believe Nemo has a new one out this year that has an R value of just over 8. But I thoroughly enjoyed this pad. When the other one went south, I absolutely jumped right on buying a new one because I need a pad, and this is the one that I love and I trust. So Thermarest NeoAir X Therm is my pad for the season. Final piece of sleeping gear is the Trekology. It says a Luft Pillow 2.0, and I think this is the right bag with the right pillow. This is an Amazon item. I don't know of anywhere else you can get it. I don't know that it's sold in stores, but I have had a plethora of these. They are fairly durable. They will eventually need to be replaced, and it's about a 3-ounce item. It's almost a full-sized pillow, and for $20 on Amazon, you really can't go wrong with this pillow. It weighs nearly nothing. So it's a really nice pillow. The thing that I also like about it, on the bottom side of it, it has this strap that will strap around the top of my sleeping pad, and that way it doesn't escape during the night. This is, as I said, a new version of the same gear I used in 2019 because I really believe in this pillow. It's inexpensive and it really does the job well. So that's my sleep system for the trail this year. I've got a couple of new pieces of gear that I'm going to be trying out this year. One of the things that I noticed in 2019 is when I would stop, I wouldn't always eat, or I would have to stop and eat because getting into my food meant stopping, taking off my bag, opening up my food bag, digging down and pulling out my snack bag. So I purchased this Z-Packs front utility pack accessory for this season. It's just a waist pack, and it's about a liter and a half, I believe. I didn't look up the specs, but it's going to be big enough to hold my snack foods, things that I need to get to quickly. My phone will drop in here most likely, and it'll just be right here. So all I got to do is pop in and bam, I've got food, I've got phone, I've got drink mixes, whatever I need. And this is a waterproof utility pouch that I'll be carrying. And then my final piece of new gear for the season, I've been on the fence for a long time for this as well. This is the Six Moons Design Silver Shadow hiking umbrella. It weighs in at about 6 ounces and a bit more than that, not much. And it is going to be, I think, really useful to me. Yes, we have rain gear. Does rain gear keep the water out? No, you're going to sweat from the inside. You're going to wet it out. So hopefully in the smaller, lighter showers, I can use this attached to my shoulder strap instead of having to don my rain jacket. And that'll keep me cooler as I hike and drier as well. And in the summer months when we're hiking through the open fields and a lot of places that I know are out there, this can be used for sun protection as well. So I'm really looking forward to adding this item to my pack. So there you have it. These are the items that I'm going to be carrying with me on the Appalachian Trail this year. If you like what you've seen here, I hope that you'll subscribe, and if you'll click the bell icon, you'll be notified when I put out more videos. We're heading out in just a little over a month, and I look forward to your support as Hawkeye and I head up the trail.